One of the big announcements this week is with TangleSwap and their integration to Cardano. So TangleSwap is a DeFi protocol that's built on IOTA, and they've recently announced that they are now building on Cardano and integrating in all of their products over to the Cardano ecosystem as well. So I had a little bit of a dig into this one to find out exactly what's going on. Let me pull up their blog post here. And you can find this on their Medium page, and I'll put links to it down below for you all as well, and you can see exactly what they have to offer for people in the Cardano ecosystem. Now, the very first one here is the concentrated liquidity pool. This is very similar to Genius Yield, where you can have your liquidity at a particular price range and work for you within the ecosystem there. So now they do have a full Medium article about this as well. So let me just scroll down to the crux of this. And here the CLMM empowers LPs to choose the exact price range where they want to provide liquidity. So you can see here from the diagram here, when you provide liquidity on a AMM DEX, so automated market maker DEX, you provide the liquidity throughout that entire range there. So you, from zero liquidity all the way to infinity. And to have that liquidity spread across that wide range isn't as efficient as what you can have here when you provide it within between $15 and $240 worth of price. So that allows the user to have that liquidity work harder because all the price action, the movement and swaps all happen within that range, and it means all your liquidity is working in that particular range there. You could then also provide liquidity at a lower range and a higher range, maybe providing less liquidity at those points. So it makes it a lot more efficient overall. Now, there are two main benefits from this. Like I mentioned, you do earn higher fees and yield from this with less liquidity because you're concentrating your liquidity in that small price range. And also from a trading point of view, you reduce price impact and slippage. And this is because you have more liquidity available to you. So really nice to have these type of features in an AMM DEX. The next feature they have here is the Vote-Escrowed staking. Now, this is written up on their white paper, so you can find out a little bit more about this one as well. But it's all around staking as a service. So other tokens can come into their ecosystem and have their tokens staked within their platform, and then users can earn those tokens from it. And it also ties in with the Void holders, which is their native token as well. So lots of little innovations there, very similar to what you might find on some other DEXs in the Cardano ecosystem as well. The next feature I would look at is the concentrated liquidity smart farms, and this can be found within their documentation where they talk a little bit more about it as well. Now, this is all around rewarding trusted and reputable liquidity providers. And they also have some really interesting ways of incentivizing the distribution depending on the type of liquidity pool that they're setting up. So here there's an incentive for more rewards for low slippage incentivization, stable price incentivization, and here is the regular incentive distribution that you might find in a regular DEX as well. So I like this one. It's a nice mechanic around it to try and get the liquidity in the right ranges as well. And this all comes down to that concentrated liquidity that they can get on their decentralized exchange. And the last two features down here, Decentralized token Launchpad and NFT staking. Many people are familiar with those in the Cardano ecosystem. We have lots of token Launchpads and NFT staking within the ecosystem. Now, you may be wondering why Cardano? Why have they chosen to work with Cardano on this? And this all comes down to their goals to create a thriving product and ecosystem, everything around the scalability, interoperability, and cost effectiveness of their product. And they wanted to integrate into Cardano's ecosystem for its genuine decentralization and robust security. So these qualities are the exact ones that they're after for their protocol to expand to. Interoperability is a big thing, and I believe it's the main goal that a lot of projects should be going for. Now, one of the other things to take note here is that they are taking advantage of Milkomeda's wrapped smart contracts. So because their solution is all EVM based, they can deploy on the Milkomeda network really easily and then give users on the Cardano blockchain that integrated experience using wrapped smart contracts. I know all about this. I've been working with Blueshift for the last month launching and going through the wrapped smart contract campaign, and I believe this is a really good integration for the Cardano ecosystem. Now, if we go down a little bit further here, their road forward, they will be launching a Zealy campaign all around this with a really nice prize pool here, 50,000 US dollars from their prize pools, opening up on the 18th of October. Time recording this is the 17th, so we've still got a day or so to go, and I did have a look at their Zealy campaign. Nothing is up yet, so you will need to check back in on this one for that particular date to be able to get your hands on some of these prizes and see what these tasks are. So it might be quite interesting to see what they have in store for us in regards to competing for that particular prize pool. The second thing they have that was quite interesting was the Souls of TangleSwap migration, and they'll be migrating a whole bunch of NFTs over from the IOTA ecosystem over to the Cardano ecosystem so that you'll be able to tap into these ones here. I think they look pretty cool. The last thing to have a look at here is the Cardano Testnet, and this is quite interesting. Right after the Zealy campaign launches, we'll see the comprehensive product release of the Testnet on Cardano. So they must have been building in the background without anyone knowing. And I really do think this has all been planned for a little while, because if you look at the schedule for the Cardano Foundation's Cardano Summit coming up in November, there is a session here that involves the IOTA Foundation. And I always wondered what on earth was going on here. So they're bringing in some other blockchains here. So Stacks Foundations, IOTA Foundations coming in. Of course, the Cardano Foundation, DC Spark, and Input Output Global, all talking in this particular presentation. So interesting to see these developments go on. So we will tune in and find out exactly what's happening with that particular presentation. So I will be keeping an eye on this one to see how this one launches. I will be trying out the Zealy campaign to see what the team there have come up with as well in regards to rewarding their community and growing their ecosystem too. The nice 50,000 in their prize pool for this is, I think, quite appealing, and I think a lot of people will be jumping in there, playing around with the testnet and seeing exactly what the team have to offer. So if you enjoyed this content, please consider giving me a thumbs up, click subscribe, click on the notification bell. Lots more content coming for you, and maybe even some more interoperability content. Why not? It's the way of the future. See you in the next video.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.